All right, yo, what's going on? Welcome, everyone. I messed up the presentation already. I was like, dang it, at the intro. What's up, guys? Welcome to today's Ready, Aim, Scale public live. We're over here. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, and then that's it.
Oh, I'm gonna be in the Etsy group too.
Okay, but okay, yeah. So we're over on Facebook, and if you guys are just hopping on, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And we're basically going into some KDP research today, and we're going to do some research. I think we're pretty sure we're going to do a screen share, and we can go anywhere with this, right? Because it's just we're going to just do a general research. Activity books, coloring books are the biggest thing right now, right? A lot of people are talking about that. I have some great news personally. I have a book that's been I have a second book that's look like it's gonna take off, right? And it's at 12K BSR. And I'm like, dude, heck yeah. So I'm excited about that. If you guys are unaware, you guys are just hopping on too. I'm RJ. That's D. If you guys are first time here, what's up? What's going on? I also too have a black eye. You guys don't notice that. Look at that. D socked me. She was like, I'm tired of your shit, RJ. Boom. Just kidding.
I would never.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. My dog actually headbutted me and gave me a black eye. So yeah. D actually had a live earlier with Etsy, right? And how did that go? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that was fun. So earlier today, I partnered up with a university here in Canada, Queen's University, through the We Can project, which is a women's entrepreneurial project to basically deliver an Etsy 101 training. It was a 2-hour-long training, and it was great. We had like 100 people registered to come watch live and learn about Etsy. I went through basically all of the things that you need to know, and I actually gave away my Etsy strategy workbook, which is normally $30 to all of the registrations, so that they could actually get started on Etsy, work through that workbook, and come up with a good strategy for how they can be successful over there. So it was really good. It was a great opportunity to kind of just get in front of different people, right? And showcase what you can do with things like Etsy, as I guess e-commerce people or people who want to work from home, especially right now with COVID. If you lost a job or you're laid off or whatever, if you want to be making that extra income, there's so many different platforms and so much that you can do right now. There's so many opportunities out there that exist. And it's really great to be able to share what I know about those opportunities with other people and see them get excited and see them kind of take their power back in the COVID-19 troubling economy or whatever, because you don't have to work a traditional job. You don't have to be the expert on everything. You can get started on any one of these platforms and start making sales. And then if you are consistent and you keep doing your research and, making new things and putting new things up, you can really just change your whole lifestyle. And so it lights me up. I love being able to help people get to that point, right? Because even for me, I came out of a corporate job. It was one of those soul crushing corporate jobs where I didn't feel I was climbing the ladder, but I felt like my soul was just evacuating my body 98% of the time that I was there. And as much as that job paid well, and it was I actually liked the job part of the job. When you're working for somebody else, you're always beholden to a manager or somebody senior above you telling you to do things that sometimes don't make sense. You're beholden to, coworkers that you may or may not like or may not trust. And then you're really kind of tied into the culture of the corporation. So if the corporation hasn't done a lot of work to make the culture one of collaboration and respect, you kind of end up in this culture where it can turn into really cutthroat kind of shady stuff, where people really try to come for you because they want your job or try to embarrass you in meetings and stuff. And so none of that stuff was my ballpark. I was damn, I just want to teach people how to do good things, and I want to do good marketing, and I want to do good communications, and I want to do creative stuff. I don't want to be navigating any political landmines, climbing this corporate ladder. It just didn't didn't resonate with me in the same way that doing what I'm doing now does. So it's always amazing to have an opportunity to kind of teach people. I love coming on these lives. RJ does too. And like telling you guys all the things that I'm learning or like what I'm struggling with in real time so that you guys can see how we like surmount those challenges, how we overcome them. And yeah. So yeah, that was it.
Awesome, dude. Thank you for sharing. So there's a few people hopping on. Sue, Poland. I suck at pronouncing names. So what's going on, man? What's up? What's going on? Cheers. DJ. So look at DJ. There's DJ's in the chat. He said, nice to catch you live with your 4 KDP tips. Hey, how's everyone going? What's going on, man? Everything's going good. So is your Etsy training going to be available on replay? We kind of just talked about that a little bit, right? Go ahead, D.
Yeah, so basically, because it was in partnership with the We Can project, I have not received the video link to actually start telling people to be able to go and watch it on the replay. I have requested it, so if they send it over, I will try and post it, but if not, we're going to try and do that exact same training for all of you guys on Ready, Aim, Scale. So either way, you'll be able to see it at some point.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, we're planning on diving into Etsy too as well and going over some strategies and tips and stuff like that. There was a few people that messaged me this morning about some people like showing people how to do Etsy and it's the wrong way. I think just some people are just like, they get excited, right? And they want to learn how to do it and they think that they know how to do it and then they don't know how to do it. And that's perfectly fine. Not here to like bash anyone or anything like that. But I think as you go along and stuff like that, your journey and stuff, if you want to be a content creator, if you want to be a person that learns from someone else, or if you have no idea what's going on, I'll give you a little inside scoop. 3 years ago, right, when I was doing consistent lives every single week, and now we're on track to do consistent lives again. But when it came to Etsy, learning it, I didn't know it at all. I had no clue about Etsy, and D and J were the ones that are like the front runners about their course was the best course out there. And I was like, I don't know about buying courses, but dude, I had never heard nothing bad about that course, their Etsy crash course. So that's something pretty cool. Yeah.
And honestly, like a lot of people feel that way, and I get it. Like even me myself, I'll tell you honestly, when I was first starting out, I would buy a lot of different courses trying to like look for, content that was relatable, that I could that was accessible to me, that would teach me things that I didn't know how to do. And a lot of the time what you end up having or seeing is that like you get a bunch of marketers that are clever, right? And maybe they know the skills, maybe they don't know the skills, but what they do know how to do is get an audience and get in front of that audience. And so you end up like going on a training and you think, oh, I'm going to buy this thing, it's going to help me out. And then you get into the course and it doesn't actually help you. You know what I mean? And then like lots of times, because those courses, like especially the big ticket courses, like the ones that are $1,000 or more, they have all these different modules. Like by the time you're actually through and you have the recognition that like, oh shit, this isn't actually going to help me. You're past that time where you can even get a refund, right? And it's like a clever marketing trick. And so that's why here at Ready, Aim, Scale, we try to teach from what we're doing now. You know what I mean? Like we basically are talking about the relevant things, like when there's something going on with Etsy, when there's something going on with KDP, when merch closes down, we're talking about things that are happening right now because, each of us is on those platforms, being successful, putting books up, testing new things, on a regular and consistent basis. So as a result of that, when at least you're learning from us, you're learning from people who are not just teaching you, who are actually doing things too, Yeah.
And that's another thing too, as we're learning and stuff like that. Like, and that's the fun part about it because I get to do it with you guys. And I think that having a learning experience and learning how to do it yourself along with everyone else, the question, the answer to that question. So when someone says, oh, I don't know how to do this, I'm like, don't worry, because 2 weeks ago, I didn't know how to do that neither. Now I know how to do it. You know what I mean? So it's all a learning experience too, guys. So not everyone doesn't know everything. And if they say they do.
So true. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like what's unique about us is we often learn from one another. It's like, honestly, my journey with KDP, like I literally just started creating the books that I'm trying to get up on KDP like recently, right? And it was as a result of learning some stuff from RJ. right? So it's like, even us as coaches who, like, I'm really strong at Shopify, marketing, Etsy, Jay's really strong at like graphic design, Etsy, merch. RJ's got his strengths in like pretty much fucking everything, you know? And the reality is, honestly, like, even us at our levels of relative success can learn from each other and learn from other people in the marketplace. So like, I never think that I think honestly, you don't stop learning. Like if you're going to keep moving forward and advancing yourself and you're motivated and ambitious, you're going to completely continue that learning strategy over and over and over again, because it's like, why would you not? Why would you not want to learn how to advance yourself, how to build better brands, how to, you know, maybe come into different niches, how to do some better research that might save you some time. There's always something extra to learn. And it's like, honestly, there's some people out there who are haters on like courses and stuff like that, or coaches and whatever. And that's cool. Like, you don't have to buy it. Like, it's in front of you. You can scroll on by. Like, we're not hating on nobody. Like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Go learn it yourself then, and apply yourself and take action and see if you can be successful. It's just for the other people who actually recognize that, like, there's value in learning things from other people. There's value in watching videos and seeing how other people do things, because you learn so much while you're doing that, right? It's for those people that we put out these videos and we put out that content, because it's like, we literally want to see you be successful. If you want to have a business online that allows you to work from wherever you are, wherever the internet connection is, we want to help you with that. Like, we actually do give a shit, you know? So
no, for sure. No, 100% agree with you. It's there's no like, there's like people that are that like, for example, they'll comment like in the Victories channel and Slack and said like, I did this and I did that and this is awesome. Thank you for showing me this. And I'm just like, dude, you did it yourself. We just guided you there. Because sometimes some people get overwhelmed, and I understand that. People just hopping on learning the internet, right? And there's a lot of people learning the internet right now, right? And no one knew how to use the internet, how to use the URL, how to search for a website. And people are barely learning that. Now, when they learn something new again, and it's all at once, you get overwhelmed. So sometimes you need someone to hold your hand and show you like, hey, this is how you do it. And this is the way you do it. So yeah. DJ right here. Looking forward to the Etsy training. I've had an account for years now, but haven't done anything much with it. Sold a bunch on eBay and quite a bit on Facebook Market, Merca, and Amazon. That's actually, I've been seeing a lot of that too. So that's awesome, man. It's just, see, this is something I find it very interesting too. People selling and crushing it like on Facebook Market, dude. That's pretty cool, because it's like, I don't know, it's different, right?
And people don't even honestly think about leveraging those like groups on Facebook. And I'm like, guys, like, you have the whole marketplace. So somebody typing in the same way, it's like the same way somebody's going to search for something on Amazon. You have a whole different subset of people that are going to search for that on Facebook Marketplace, or maybe on Mercari, or like on Depop or whatever, right? So like, if you can put your products across all of those platforms, or like, even we have one up here called Garage Sale in Canada. It's like, it's like a kind of like online garage sale kind of thing. You put your items up there and people can pick them up. But like, that's the thing. All of those platforms, I'll put it this way: if they're going to bring some income into your pocket, why would you not want to use them? Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, why not? It's smart.
No, for sure. No, yeah, would you say, was it America? What? America? Mercari. Okay. America. So Mercari. So I've actually purchased something off of there. My friend reached out to me. She's like, hey, can you help me with my first sale? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm like, well, technically it's cheating, because no, it's not cheating, because she reached out to me. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll buy. And so I bought it, and I don't know what happened to it. So,
and that's not even cheating either. Because like, that's another big thing that people don't understand. If you already know people that are friends of yours or acquaintances of yours that would want the things that you are making, there is no shame in anybody's game to be like, hey girl, you see this thing I made for you? You want to buy this thing? You know what I mean? That's how you get sometimes your first sales on a new brand or a new niche, right? People feel like sleazy about it. I'm not saying like slide into every one of your Facebook friends' DMs, or like start messaging randoms on Instagram that you've met 2 times before. But like, if you actually have friendships or like some good acquaintanceship with like some people, that you're making products for, there is literally no shame in just being earnest about your approach and saying, hey, like I made this thing, I think you would be into it. Do you want to look at it and like tell me what you think?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. No, for sure. I think it's just that as long as like people, right? You have friends and stuff like that. Just reach out to them, like, hey, what's going on? You want to? It looks like you might be interested in this. So, if you guys also too, one of the most important things I want you guys to be involved with this live. Okay, one of the reasons why we're doing this is because we want to get more involved with you guys and help you guys. So if you guys have any questions, okay, this live is for you guys, right? So whoever's watching this, we have 25 people watching this. This live is for you, okay? And I just want to make that very clear. And we want to help you guys. If you have any questions, please ask them. If you're first time here, welcome. All love, big hug, internet hug, 6 feet apart, right? So yeah, that's the most important thing. And we're going to dive into some research right now, 16 minutes in. So if we're a little behind, sorry guys. So William, hello from Kentucky. I'm joining Ready Aim Scale today. It's time for me to figure out all.
Come on, get on over there. Come on,
hey.
You're gonna love it.
What's up, William? What's going on, man? So in the back end, when you join and stuff like that, you're gonna go ahead and get what is he talking about, guys? There's a link down below. If you guys want to sign up for Ready Aim Scale, and let us help you, right? That's the goal, to let us help you. You sign up and you get a private Slack group. We have people in there that are crushing it, showing the KDP numbers. KDP is a big thing right now. We have people in there helping each other. And then also too with Etsy, people are crushing it with Etsy in there. And then merch by Amazon is back. So people are crushing it with that in there. So we're in there helping each other, right? And I know a lot of people, there has been a lot of negativity with the Facebook groups and stuff like that. People are using the Facebook groups to judge other people. And I'm not liking that. So I'm actually kicking people out as they do that, as they bash other people. They're getting their ass kicked out. So make that very clear. I don't play that. And I'm tired of that. Like, oh yeah, he's not doing it, so this person can't do it. So it's not cool. Like, none of that shit. Okay, so most of the people in there that are doing that are very negative themselves, and I'm not taking no approach and not promoting that at all. So it's all about positivity and showing love and helping people. So make that very clear.
Yeah, and I'm glad you do, honestly, because like we're all on the same page. Like RJJ and myself, like honestly, we're about helping people. We're about the positivity. We're about, teaching people skills that they can use to advance themselves, whether that's on KDP, on merch, on wherever you want to sell that we have some experience and skill set in, right? And so like all these people who essentially want to troll other people and like make them feel bad with themselves for trying things or whatever, or like for sharing their successes, like a win to that person, maybe bringing in like $200 a month on KDP. Maybe that pays for something important for their family. Maybe that puts food on the table for them. Yeah, it's not $2 million, but like, you know what? It's still better than most of those people who are sitting there trolling. Like those people who have time to sit there trolling on other people's accounts, literally those people cannot be doing very much in their own stores, because like, I don't know. I know I work hard. I know like everybody who I know who's having success on anything works hard. So like you ain't got no time for doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For kicking down other people. Like it's hand up, not a kick down,
No, and also too, like I kind of like last year, I was kind of like stuck in the like little circle a little bit, and I was like, dude, no, that's not me. No, I'm not doing that, man. I was like, I don't do that. I don't put other people down to make myself feel good. I'm not that type of person. I bring other people up, and I'm here to help. You know what I mean? So, I kind of fell in that a little bit. I was like, nope, not doing that. So,
refocus, right? But that's it's true. It's true. So DJ said Etsy's a little different. I believe that you have to sell either things that are vintage or personally made. Right? No. So you have to, like it used to be that those are the two categories. Right now you can design and use a print fulfillment partner to like send out your stuff for you. So like a lot of us here in Ready and Scale are using Shirtly right now because they're one of the only fulfillment providers that hasn't had excruciatingly painful delays. Their stuff is still going out in like 1 to 3 business days. And that we've linked up like our Etsy accounts to be sending our orders out that way, right? So as long as you design whatever's going on a shirt, or like you design yourself the printable or whatever, they've opened it up. So you're allowed to use fulfillment partners and fulfillment providers now, as long as you disclose that to them, right? So you just want to be making sure that you're doing everything that you should be in the way that Etsy wants you to do it, like disclosing your partners, things like that, so that like everything just stays above board. But yeah, it opens up a whole range of new possibilities for people. Like if you want to do mugs, pillows, like throws, you can work with their approved print providers, right?
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. There, so everybody thumbs up, give the video thumbs up. No, yeah. All right, everything that Dee said is 100% correct right there. All right, so we're going from KDP. We're gonna go straight into the KDP research and knock this out. I know we're 20 minutes in, so I'm gonna actually timestamp this down below in the comments or over on YouTube because I don't want to get it's like 20 minutes in and you're not even getting into the content. So I'll put that in the comments to timestamp that too as well in the description and all that stuff. So yeah. The topic. So Amazon KDP research, and why is this the most important step? Because I know I see a few people that go into Amazon KDP, right? And they go up and they put their first book up. Okay, now you got to keep in mind. Okay, what type of book is it? Now, if it's a line drawing, like not a line drawing, if it's a line notebook, right? There's everyone and their mama is putting up, their grandma right now is putting up line notebooks. All right, so make that very clear. If you think that you put up a book, okay, I'm gonna say if you put up a book and it's a line drawing, line notebook. Line notebook. See, I even mix this up all the time. See, a line notebook. The chances of you getting your first sale is very slim because everyone, their grandma, their mama, their dog, cat, their uncle, their sister, they're all putting up those books. Okay, so now if you think you're going to stand out from the competition with something unique and different that you have, if you do have something that's unique and different, I don't think you will make a sale. But the goal is to create something unique and different, right? And if it's a custom interior, as far as a coloring book, an activity book, a log book, what else is there? Like a doodle book, right? And those even are actually getting more competition as we speak, right? And then a lot of people are like, why would you share this, right? Why would you share this? Like, why would you share this with people? Because you got to keep in mind, like it takes talent and work to actually make a coloring book, to make an activity book, right?
Yeah, and we are very much the type of people that think a rising tide raises all ships. So competition is not a problem. Like people look at competition as like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to sell this book again. Or like, oh my God, there's too many other people doing similar things to what I'm doing. But it's like realistically, having options in the marketplace is great. It keeps you on your toes. It makes you be innovative. It makes you push your game up higher if you want to stay in those top ranks, right? And personally, for me, and for I think anybody who's into personal development type of things, that's like a win all day long. Like if I have a challenge and a motivation and like someone's coming for my tail and I'm like, damn, I need to up my game, right? Like that keeps me interested and moving forward and jamming out on the things that I want to do, right? So it's like competition is not the problem. A lot of the times what the problem would be instead is like your reaction to the competition, right? Like look at what else is in the marketplace and think, like you can see some good things like so many times. I look at it in the marketplace and I'm like, damn, that was a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? But just because I didn't think of it doesn't mean that like I can't see that great idea and be like, okay, so that is a great idea. How can I put my own spin on this idea to make it uniquely mine and like compete in the marketplace with that? You know what I mean? And that's not, I want to make it super clear. That's not saying copy other people's shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying though, is that like, if you see good ideas and you see like good campaigns or good marketing things, like take the ideas, work that into your own process, create something completely different and unique and innovative from those ideas, and then go back out in the universe with your unique thing, right? Yeah. Because that's what's going to get you the attention. Like just copying what somebody else is doing, you're always going to be like 10 steps behind, right?
So in a way too, as well, it's like everyone's putting up line notebooks. Okay, I didn't say it that time. So line notebooks, right? Everyone's putting up notebooks. In a way, everyone is kind of like following the same path as everyone else, right? So it's going to be harder for you to make your first sale. Now, let's say, for example, like for me, we'll use me, for example, RJ Martinez. I suck I suck at drawing, but I have like I understand like the creativity part, like being creative and stuff like that. I understand the idea behind it, and I understand what works and what doesn't work, right? But when it comes to drawing, I can barely even write my name, right? So it looks like I'm in third grade still. So and I'm just being honest with you, okay? And that's the truth. So what can you do to like? I'm a big fan of, you guys know I'm a big fan of outsourcing. So I'm gonna leverage what I'm good at. What am I good at? I'm good at talking to people and treating people like human beings, right? So what I do is I'll go out there on Upwork or onlinejobs.ph and I'll create a relationship with somebody, and they may not trust you at first, and that's okay. And that's perfectly fine, because people shouldn't trust you at first. Like you think someone's gonna, oh yeah, I met this guy online, I'm gonna trust him right away. Like, no, that's not how it works. You have to build that trust with them, and you gotta understand, okay, this person's all the way across the other side of the world, and we're talking to each other through a platform, right? So you have to introduce yourself and kind of build that relationship with them, kind of get to know them, get on a call with them and figure out, okay, what can we do to make this product right here and be the best, all right? And be the best in this category. So that's one way you guys can do it, right? And I think that's very important. We'll dive into the computer too, and I'll show you guys how I would do some research and stuff. I know there's a few people showing up over here. Lisa, what's going on? Hey there. She said, hey there.
I saw Weatherly. Hi, girl.
Oh, Weatherly. Oh, yeah. Actually, I was going to say, what's up? I was going to say it, but we were talking. So what's up, Weatherly? What's going on? How's it going? Thank you for showing up. Yeah. Thank you for showing up. Welcome. Okay, right here. So I made a few sales on KDP only with a handful of books, but I'll jump straight into low content instead of no content stuff. Just figuring out what approach I should take and what kind of KDP product. That right there. So that's actually a good question for yourself.
Researching.
Yeah. That's actually a good question. This is how we're going to do it right now. We're going to jump into this research. We want to jump into it? You're straight into it? Let's go.
Yeah, we're going to get into it.
Okay,
yeah, 28 minutes over here.
Okay. There's Jessica. We'll get a few. Want to do coloring books like KDP? Just got to find the right niches. That is actually what it is, right? That's exactly. Just stay out of my niches, right? Don't go into my niches. The most important, I think, is keywords and the quality of your design. I think that's really important, man. I think when it comes to that type of stuff, you got to understand, like, when you jump in there, it's like, that's what the most important thing you got to think about. Like, okay, can I make an impact in this niche? Can I have some solid keywords? Will someone buy my book, right? If I have some solid keywords, will someone actually, if I put this product in front of someone, will someone buy this product, right? And you got to ask yourself that. Would you buy it? You know what I mean? So I think I find it when it comes to books, if you can make someone laugh, it's a quick sell, all right? That's what I think. Jessica, okay, we're getting after this one. All right, what's up, Jessica? What's going on? Sweaty armpits. All right, we're going screen sharing right now. Okay, cool. All right, so we're in the back end of Amazon.com. What do you want to search for, D? What do you have? Anything in mind?
I want to just do like
you want to do activity coloring book? We could do.
Yeah, like I want to see what's out there for activity books for like 9-year-olds. Let's try that.
Okay.
We're gonna dive in and we're gonna find something to do in this activity book area for like kids 9 to 11 or something. 9 to 12.
Okay. If you guys, I should have asked you guys too as well. If you guys want us to research something, let me know and we can kind of give you guys a better idea in the niche. I know some of you guys don't want to share your niches, but you may kind of have an idea. Me doing this live and showing you guys exactly the way to do it, you may come up with an idea for yourself to personally help you dive into a niche, and it's okay, right? I make videos all the time, and I share some of my niches sometimes, and people don't even realize it, and I still crush it in that niche. So just a heads up. So on the left-hand side, I came over here, click Prime, right? And basically every KDP book is Prime. So that's going to kind of filter it out and give you a better idea what's going on in this niche, right? And then I'm gonna come over here and click paperback, and pretty much, well, every single KDP book is paperback, right? KDP paperback book is, well, yeah, obviously it makes sense, right? So so what we did was type in activity books for kids ages 9 to 12, Prime, and then came over here, book format, click paperback, right? And now it's going to give us some ideas. All right. And this is a sponsored product right here. So I'll be nice. I won't click on this one. And this is another sponsored product and I won't click on that one. But you can see, look at this, guys. I want to check this out. So when you guys are running a sponsored ad product, AMS, it's popping up right here at the top. And then not only that, it's going to pop up a second time. So usually with the way marketing works, right, when a customer sees a product multiple times, the chances of buying that product increases. Am I right, D?
Absolutely. That's the thing.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah. They say honestly, like for just brand awareness in general, a customer has to see your brand at least 13 times before it registers and can start to build awareness of like what's out there in the marketplace. So when you consider that, like when you're doing those advertising things, like it's almost like you have to kind of think about even how you shop online, right? Like if you've seen something pop up like 5, 10, 15 times, you're like, damn, that thing's good. It must be good. It keeps popping up, right? Like that's what you think instantly. It's not even like you don't even have to think hard about it. Like you've just seen it over and over again. So naturally you make an association in your brain that thing is good, that thing is positive, that thing is, like very popular, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like you got to use these things, these tools like AMS to kind of build that awareness for the people who are searching for these books, right? So like now, to RJ's point, you see that ad at the top. Most people, most shoppers are not going to be like us who look at that and go, oh, that's an ad right at the top, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not going to recognize it as clearly as people who are like in the online business of creating these books or uploading things or whatever. So they're going to see that, they're going to keep scrolling, they're going to see it again, and they're going to be like, damn, that book must be good, popular. Yeah. Now, first thing first, right off of like the top search, seeing that cover, right? Right away, it grabs your attention, right? Like right away, you see perfectly logical, like you can read it no matter how small that screen is, it looks colorful. So right away, that cover is like a decent design. Sometimes you see some covers that are like ugly. And I always tell people it's the same exact principle with Etsy. Like that cover, in a sense, is like almost like on Etsy, that first image that you're going to show that's tied to your product, right? Like that first thing that they see, that's what's going to generate the interest. And how they're going to see that is the keywords that you're using to describe it, what they're typing into the search, right?
Yeah.
So keep going.
Yeah, no, for sure. So by the time I'm 60 years old, it will go from the customer having to see it 13 times to recognize your brand. It's going to be going to like 20, 30, 40, huh? It seems like that number keeps going up, right? Or am I wrong? It's going to keep increasing.
I don't know. Like, there is obviously a lot of saturation in the marketplace in terms of like, we get ads served friggin' everywhere, right? Like you watch a Facebook video and all of a sudden you just get into the good part and it's like ads starting in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? And that's annoying, right? So like we get them everywhere. Like you get the retargeting ads that follow you around when you click on something and you don't buy it. Like all that stuff happens all the time, right? So like ultimately, we used to have this thing in marketing where we would talk about banner blindness. And what that was like way back in the day. You remember those really ugly websites way back in the day that would have all those ads? You can still see this on some blogs, okay?
Yeah.
They have all these ads and they pop up all over the place. They're fucking ugly and they're like just getting your way. So seriously, I hate that on blogs. Like I'm like, oh my Lord, why are there 17,000 ads? Like for real, just stop. But what will start to happen in the marketplace is what's called banner blindness. And what that is it's like people recognize the areas that are most prone for other people to serve ads on. So like that top banner that they used to do on websites years ago, on blogs on the sidebar, you know what I mean? And they start to consciously ignore those areas because they don't want to see the ads, right? You do that enough times consciously, and then subconsciously you do it without even thinking about it anymore. So you're not even seeing those ads unless there's some compelling reason for your eye to be taken over by the ad, right? So when we're talking about stuff like that, like in terms of just like marketing basics 101, you want Absolutely, to drive the awareness to your products in key ways, like doing this on AMS. Maybe you're posting some of these products or these books that you're making in local groups, like mom groups where kids hang out, or like where moms hang out looking for things for their kids to do or whatever, right? But you don't want to inundate it so much that people get sick of seeing it and then shut off their brain to looking at your stuff. You know what I mean? So there's some finesse in the marketing to make sure that, like, even when you're running AMS, you're running it for keywords that are relevant to whatever the person is searching. You know what I mean? Any ad, you're targeting your audiences so that you're not just wasting money on people who never will buy your product. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about all that stuff too when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think also too, so like going back right here, the Amazon. So what we're looking at, so this person right here, D, right, obviously is going to be winning here and here already, right? Yeah. So this person has a better chance of making a sale compared to as right now. We'll say this one because this one's running ads, right? So this might be down here on the front page too. Maybe. Let's see. Are they there? Yeah, there they are right there. Oh, so they're okay. So now let's say, for example, so this person's running ads. They're here and here. They're the first spot. So their first spot right here with running AMS, and then the first ranking organically right here. So now they're most likely they're beating this person, right? They have a better chance of making a sale compared to this person or this person. So something to think about right there. So when you're running ads and stuff like that, you're giving yourself a better chance you give the customer, you give yourself more of a chance to make a sale because you're running ads. So something to think about right there. I want to bring that to your attention. Now, as we're going down this, it's going to tell you guys a story, right? And I'm kind of thinking right now too, and I kind of seen this when he was explaining the marketing part of things. I think right here on the left-hand side, look at this, books, right? So department and books on the left-hand side, they have puzzle books, activity books, game books, children's books, word game books, humor and entertainment, puzzle and games, children's nature books, right? That right there. So we kind of just went through all this, right? And then most people will probably overlook this because they don't want to go all the way down that far. That kind of got my attention. Okay, well, we'll look at that a little bit later on. And then also too, I thought about something else too. So we're doing this research. We can see that we're on the front page. We're looking at these reviews. How the heck are you going to compete with people with these many reviews, right? 109. Look at, they're doing an amazing job with, reviews and crushing it. So as we're looking at this stuff, it's going to tell you a story. Okay, what can we do? What's sticking out? What niches can we dive into? Ultimate puzzle challenge.
And also, like, what you're seeing here that like grabs your attention. Like, you got to think, okay, so when I make a cover, like if you're coming for this niche, right? Like, and you're going to drill down into it, you want to start looking at like the design aesthetics for the cover. Like, what covers speak to you? Because there's a good chance if it pulls your eye to that cover, like if you kind of use a similar strategy, you're going to do that same thing for buyers, right? So like, you want to be looking at all of those things. Like, research isn't just about the keywords. It's about everything that you're seeing, the pricing strategy, the keywords, the cover, what's inside the book, the reviews, like all of that. You want to look at all of those things to determine what your strategy is going to be if you're trying to enter a niche like this one. So like, pick a book. Let's look at it for a second.
Okay. Which one? I think that I need to click on that first one. Right. I'm looking at puzzle and like the one that's crushing. Let's click on this one that's crushing.
All right. So let's look inside and see what we see first.
Ooh.
Who's so pretty? Who's so pretty?
Okay, so first things first, you see the cover, right? And this also too, by the way, it's something. This is a simple cover, guys. So don't get, what the heck? I don't know if I can make this. You can make this. Okay, it's very easy, very simple. Okay, you can see they just did the outline of it on the back, right? And then they put some little artwork right here. Yeah. And then boom, boom, boom. That's it. Okay, simple.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know neither. Challenge bridges for smart kids.
Can we spin it? It's like,
okay, they have a table of contents. Okay. Follow that. Okay. How to use this book. So it's basically, it's giving you like the insight of how to use the book and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is like a different kind of book, right? Like this is kind of interesting where it seems like it's mostly like logic kind of puzzles, right? And they say right on the cover for smart kids. So like literally one quick thing I want to tell you is that if you're making anything for kids and you use words like for smart kids on your stuff, like instantly parents like you better, instantly. And the reason is because most people who have kids, like I'll put it this way, people who have kids who are actually going to buy books like this to help their kids learn, like they're not the type of people that just had kids to have kids. You know what I mean? Like they're the type of people that like really love being parents and like identify with like momhood or dadhood or motherhood and fatherhood, right? And so it's almost like you're complimenting them instantly by saying, oh, this book's for smart kids, right? Because they're like, yeah, my kid's smart. Damn right, my kid's smart. I want to buy this book because my kid's smart, right? Like, and you want to think about those little nuanced things that people don't honestly register. But when you as a parent see, oh, this book's for creative kids, you're like, fuck, my kid's creative. Like, I love this, right? Like, it's like, it's so instant that you're like, yes, I identify. And it's like more prone to getting like those views and those purchases on your book. Like,
so
it's a nice emotional feeling right away.
Yeah, you guys better start taking notes. If you guys on the other side of this computer, if you guys are watching this on your side of your computer, you guys can see I pulled up that notepad for smart kids. Okay, people like Dee said, like they want to buy stuff that has for smart kids, right? Because they want their kid to be smarter, right? And or they like, you know what I mean? They want, or their kid's smart already. This is something for them, right? Perfect. So
like for creative kids, for artsy kids, for musical kids, like there's so many things. And it's like when people see that, they just identify with it like on a deeper level.
Yeah, no, so shape mysteries, right? You can see what they're doing here. Okay. Yeah. It's like a logical, like puzzle kind of gaming, kind of like making them think, right? So this is pretty cool. Especially during the times like this when there's no school over here in California, right? Well, just up in Canada too. Okay, so all over the world, right? This is a perfect example, right? So you something to think about. So when they have like creating stuff, activity books for kids like this is really this is going to be really good, and obviously you can tell why it's like a top seller in this niche. So something to think about. Like when you look at this stuff, you're like, okay, what can I do here? What can I do? And we're going to check out the reviews and see what's going on, see what customers like and what customers don't like about it. Okay. That's a learning experience.
Yeah, that's 100% true. But like, I also just want to point out, like the interiors of these books are not super difficult to do either, right? Like what you're seeing on the interior, this is not like reinventing the wheel in any way, shape, or form. It's like, it's literally easy stuff to reproduce with your own drawings, with your own shapes and whatever. Like this isn't even like custom drawings yet. This is like mostly like shapes and stuff that like, you know, you get Affinity Publisher, Adobe will make for you, like in InDesign, you can get the shapes like on Canva that you can use for free. So like literally none of this stuff is super hard to kind of recreate in your own format for these kids, right?
Yep.
Keep going.
For sure. Good on for sure. Buzzing about numbers. So like this is simple, right? Very simple.
Yeah.
I love numbers, by the way. That's my favorite.
Look at this, copycat patterns. That's cool. See? And all this stuff, like the spatial reasoning that you find from logic books, like honestly, it's so good for kids. Like it helps them learn other things. It's like I used to subscribe to like educational like newsletters and stuff like that. And it was so interesting to see how like things like, you know, music can help kids learn math, right? And it's just cool to like put it on a different way of learning.
Patterns at play. No, I think this is very interesting. So now you're thinking it's just like, so like logical, like brain, like fun brain challenges, stuff like that. Like right? That's what I'm going to learning shapes and patterns. Maybe like you got to figure out like kind of, you want to dive in deeper. Like who is this target audience now? Like, right. That's the next thing you're thinking about as you're looking at this research, figuring out like who's buying this for their kid. Like how old is the kid? Right. And then I think it said it on the actual title.
12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like, so we're looking at the interior of this book. You're seeing like the answer keys and things like that, and you're seeing also the difficulty level. So this is all part of your research, right? Like these things are not crazy difficult. They're not gonna like have to run to their mom and dad to try and like get help with this book every 5 seconds. Like it's stuff that for that age range, it should be able to be completed in a pretty decently easy way. And it could, as long as it's interesting for the kid, it could keep the kid busy for a long time. Like I'll tell you, for me, I like to talk, right? So, so I was always a talkative person. Like even as a kid, I would just like words and stuff, and I'd always be learning words. And so what my mom used to do is she used to actually make me like she would make me learn big words, and then she would sit me down with a piece of paper, and I would have to find all different smaller words that could be made using only the letters of that one big word, right?
Yeah.
Like I would have to try and find like 50 or 100 or whatever, and that would keep me busy forever. So it's like ideas like that, you know what I mean, that you can put into these puzzle books. Like they don't even have to be necessarily puzzles, right? Like you give a big word, they have to find like 15 or 20 smaller words that they can make inside of that big word, right? And it helps them learn language skills. It helps them learn how to spell things properly. Like so many benefits.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing words with friends with you.
Yeah, nobody will play Scrabble with me either. Yeah, no. I'm like, come on.
I'm not doing that. Nope. Yeah, no, this is it's, you can tell like it's definitely going to take some time to make, right? Because they're like every single page is very detailed about everything, and they're like on topic all the way, and they have about the author and stuff like that. And all this stuff is very doable. You can see like, look at the back, like even the back cover. It's very simple, guys. This is very simple. Okay. This is really cool though, but you can see like the opportunity, what you can create, what you can do to be creative, right? There's so many like ideas out there that you can make your own book, right? And I told you a few niches, right? So like like a brain challenge book, like puzzle book, this one right here is like a, let's close out of this right here. You can see what we're doing. So for smart kids, right? That's what we're talking about. And then obviously we search activity books for kids ages 9 to 12, and this book popped up, right? So for this keyword, I wonder, basically the algorithm is telling us right here that people, if this is ranking for the #1 spot, people have actually purchased this book searching for this exact keyword phrase. Okay. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? So the customer doesn't know what a keyword, like they don't know like that, like this is a long tail keyword, right? They don't know that. They don't know that when they're typing in activity books for kids, this might pop up. It'll auto suggest like ages 9 to 12. So the customer says, boom, clicks that, and then this book pops up and they purchase it a few times. So you can see Amazon's like, you may want this book because it's converted so many times. The algorithm's like, here, buy this one, buy this one, buy this one, right? And that's how you start ranking. That's how you start making lots of money. So make that very clear, like you understand that, right? So that's how the algorithm works. And when you start converting for a certain long tail keyword, sooner or later, you're going to be ranking #1 for that long tail keyword. If you put money behind it, sometimes you got to put a little bit of money behind it. Sometimes you may get lucky, right? And this goes for anything in the Amazon algorithm. Okay. This is like, that's my bread and butter. I love trying to figure out what the heck keywords I can rank for and how I can get it in front of people's faces and what in front of people's eyes, and what can I do to be the best in that niche, right? What do I have to do? Do I have to make a better cover? Does my interior have to be to that level, that next level, or can it be okay? Like, nah, we're gonna get the interior to that next level, right? So yeah, let's go down. This also too, if you guys haven't paid attention to none of this stuff, this is very important. Okay, customers who view this item also view these digital items. You can see, okay, this is very important.
Absolutely.
This is going to tell you a story too as well. Okay, this is going to say like, sometimes it says this customer purchased these 2 products together, and sometimes it's right here in this area, or sometimes it'll say like this customer also purchased these items. People that like this book also purchased this. So it's telling you like, okay, these are books that have been purchased too. These are new niches. Check this out. Let's go down. This is sponsor related products. So basically, these are ads being run to this actual book. Okay. And you can see these are new niches too, right? new niches, right? And basically what they're doing is trying to steal the sale from this person right here, because what the customer is doing is scrolling down. When they scroll down and they see a book right here and they click and they buy this book, you just stole this person's sale. Okay. And that's basically what that means. What these people are trying to do with the sponsored product right here. Okay. And you can see there's over 100 items. So they go to the site, they scroll over, there's more niches, right? Look at, there you go. There's niches for days. Okay. Animal ... book for kids. Okay. All day, day. All right. Some people may say, oh, this is not a KDP book too as well. It doesn't look like it, right? Looks like they're actually maybe a second. It might be like on authors, like a Seller Central putting up their book. Well, I want to get down into the reviews, also too, the product description. You guys can see it has 126 pages. Okay, this is going to tell you the story too as well, of all the information about this book. If you're asking yourself, how many pages does this damn book have? I don't know. Okay, 126 pages. Okay, the sizing, 8x10. Okay. Some people are like, well, I don't know the sizing. Sometimes they're different. You got to understand that too. Each niche is going to be different. Okay, if you go into a new niche and you see, I thought it was supposed to be 8.5 inches by 11 inches. No, it's not the case all the time. That's why you have to do your niche research, because it's telling you, it'll tell you down here, like, okay, this is the size of this book and this is why it's doing well. And then sometimes you can go in the reviews and be like, this book is too small. Okay, what are you going to do? Okay, when the book is too small for the customer, you're going to go ahead and make the next size bigger. Okay, so the reviews, you can learn stuff from the reviews too as well. Now, go ahead.
Well, I just said, absolutely, you're right.
Yeah. Thank you. That's good. Thank you. No, for sure. I think the images too. So this is another important thing, because sometimes it doesn't have the look inside feature and doesn't give you all the information. So what do? You come down here to the customer images, and it's going to show you customers. Sometimes they're real customers, nice toes. Sometimes they're real customers. Sometimes they're fake customers. And they'll be sharing reviews down here, right? And you can actually see the picture of the actual book, show you how the layout is, right? And this is cool. And it'll give you, like, some of these people are really passionate about their kid learning, because they want them to learn something new and they want them to benefit something from this. So they'll sit here. A parent will sit here and read a damn review on this book and tell you how good it is. But then you got those parents that are like, hell no, this book is horrible. I am going to write a damn review on this book. So something to keep in mind, okay? And if you were one of those people that get a negative review on your book, that's perfectly fine. What can you do to fix it, right? So you got to understand that just because you make one mistake, it's not, you can fix it, okay? Don't think you cannot fix it. Yeah, don't think you cannot fix it. It's like, we all make mistakes every single damn day, right? Sometimes they're fixable. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's a learning experience and like, okay, I'm not going to do this again because I'm going to mess up everything. Okay, and those are the ones that you can't fix. But the ones that you can fix it. Okay, it's not the end of the world because you have a book and they're giving you negative reviews on it. It's okay. Okay, you figure out what you can do to fix it and come back stronger the next time. Okay, that's the most important thing, and that's how I think it's what's success too, right? Whatever that is to you, I think being successful is different in many people's eyes, but I think not giving up is probably one of the big things to become a successful whatever you want to do in your eyes. So if you want to become a successful book seller on Amazon, and you make a mistake with one book and people are bashing your reviews, right? And that's okay. Okay, figure out what you can do to be better the next time. Okay, like I said, there's going to be some negative reviews in here. There's always going to be negative reviews in a bestseller. Can't please everyone. Can't make everyone happy. So straight like facts. These are facts. You gotta. You can look in here though. You can learn from these reviews, right? They're going to tell you a story. Take them in as good feedback. Okay, you see a negative review, take it as good feedback. Maybe you misspelled something. Okay, I do that all the time. You misspell something and it sucks and you need to fix it, right? So it's a very simple fix, right? You fix it. You just come down here and you can see all these reviews, right? Some people you can see some people return the book, and that's okay. It's perfectly fine, guys. You can also find if you guys are unaware of this, you can find people that are like top activity book buyers, right? And it will say it next to their name, and you can click on. Did you know this, Dee?
I did not know that until
It-
like just recently. I found that in my research. I was like, damn.
So you can click on their. I made a video about a year ago on this. So you can, no, not a year ago, probably like 8 months ago, right? And you can click on their name, and when you click on their name, it'll show like what they bought. So if they're a top activity book buyer or whatever type of book buyer they are, it will show every single book that they bought and left a review on. And that's pretty cool because you can find so many different niches in there, guys. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that's like kind of, you can see what we did right here, kind of broke this down. There's research coming in here and you can see there's a video, but you come in here and click on it, like look at the inside, see what you can do. And if you cannot look at the inside and you're really passionate about this niche, if you can order the book and have it delivered to you, dude, just do it. It's going to cost
What, $10?
Yeah, this one's $10, but some of them are like $5, $4, but buy it. Freaking buy the book, get the actual physical copy, look through it and see, like, understand the process. Okay. It's that simple.
And what I want to mention too, like about the research too, is you want to be paying attention as well to see what's not covered in this niche, right? Yeah. So like we're looking at like logic puzzles for smart kids and whatever, and you're seeing shapes and whatever, but like, would it be cool if it was a dinosaur only logic puzzle? Or would it be cool if it was, you know, I don't know, like astronaut or space themed logical book, right? Like there's things that aren't in this niche that like for kids that are into, and I'm talking like dance, gymnastics, like whatever else, you know, like that you could make these logic books for that kind of already float into a niche that they're part of, they're active in, and they're engaged with, right? So like when you're looking at the research, it's not just about looking at what's there and what's selling well, it's also about trying to think through what's not there that could be there and also sell well, right?
Yep. No, for sure. 100%. I think there's so many different ways we can do research too as well. Like we do not have to do it on Amazon.com. We can do it on Google.com and figure out research, right? We can do it on Etsy. We can do it on, what's the other one? Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, we can go there. You can go there and do research. You can do research wherever. Pinterest. Pinterest is a cool place because they show you the interior. Like, you know what I mean? Like here, like it's like, it's all there. You can Google it and it'll be all there. So yeah, I think this is one niche we can dive into. So like I would like search logic puzzles, just dive in brain teasers, challenge brain something, like put some keywords together and start searching, right? And figure out this niche. And then just you have it all in front of you right here. So okay, so don't get overwhelmed. Don't think you cannot do this. You can do this. And yeah, hopefully this right here, this helps you right here and give you a better understanding of what you can do when it comes to research. And then I think also too, just going back to the topic of this video is this is one of the most important things, because if you research a niche, right, and there's no demand, okay, so let's do this too real fast. So we kind of have an idea that we can see, like, would you call this like logic puzzles, or what would you call this niche?
I would say it's probably logic puzzles. That's what it is.
Okay. Puzzle books, logic puzzles, right? So game books. You can see right here too as well, guys. It's going to tell you in the bestseller, but sometimes this is not always right. We're going to say logic puzzles, guys. So what our goal is to make sure there's a demand for this niche, right? This is one of the most important things, because when you're doing research and you think, right? You think, okay, I'm going to say you think and move my arm. You think that you know that it's going to sell, right? But you don't really have the data for it, right? Your goal is to research it. You want to make sure like that front page like has a demand, like everything has a BSR, right? Or it's showing signs of making sales, right? Everything on that front page is not crazy, like all mixed in there with like a beer book or a pizza book, right? It has nothing to do with that niche. But like if you see like the first 5 or 10 that have BSRs, there's obviously a demand for that niche. You can see right off the bat. Right off the back, look at it. We're looking at this too, by the way, guys. Sorry. Okay. There's a demand in this niche. All right. Look, there goes that book. There goes that book, guys. So we typed in that keyword too, logic puzzles, right? There goes that damn book again. And then as we go along, like you can see, okay, now, okay, we're seeing, let's do logic puzzles for kids, right? And it's popping up ages. There goes that damn book again. But as we go down, we can see, look at 468 BSR. That's crushing at 580, 468. You can look at also number 2, number 1, right? No, it's right here. Look at number 1, number 2, and that's organic, right? Organically. So this is ranking without a sponsored product ad. This was ranking organically number 1 for the search term logic puzzles for kids. And this is ranking number 2 for the search term logic puzzles for kids. Okay. As we go down, we want to make sure there's a demand for these. We're looking at the BSRs. Boom. It's showing some good signs already. Good signs. Good. Nice. Solid. Yeah. Look at now. The next thing is like, okay, logic puzzles, like you can go into the age group now, right? That's the next thing. But as you're diving in deeper, this looks like a solid niche to go into, right? Because you can see everything on this front page has a solid BSR ranking. Well, now the next thing is you want to dive in deeper. So who's buying this? What kids, like what age range are the parents buying these for kids, right? What at that age range, what do these kids like? Do they like airplanes? Do they like rockets? And I'm looking at stuff. Do they like like smiley little faces? Do they like brains? Do they like
dog, cats, you know?
Yeah. You know, I'm just looking at like superheroes, right? And I'm looking at all this stuff and just trying to figure out what the heck these kids like. And then you can come in here and you're going to make something really unique for that niche and dominate it, right? And be the best in there. So as far as we're looking at it, logic puzzles for kids is a high demand niche, and I will dive into that because you do not want to create something with no demand, and then you're going to figure out, oh, I can't make my first sale, I suck, I give up. Well, because you didn't do this, and then it showed you exactly the way you can do it right now. Me and D kind of just went over everything and showed you exactly the way to do it. So that's pretty cool. I popped up those other. So we did that, right? So understand that right there. It's important. So that's the topic of this video. And we just explained it to you exactly what the topic is and explain you, kind of give you what's your solution, right? So that right there, we also opened up 2 other windows that I wanted to dive into. And what I did was, what did I click on? Nature books, right? I click on nature books. What the heck did I click on? I'm messing it up, D. See? Okay. I clicked on this. Okay. I that popped out for me. So let's do activity books for. Let me see. Activity books for nature. No, it's a nature
activity books for kids.
There you go. Okay. Because obviously you wouldn't type that in, so you got to ask yourself that too. So like, how will the person type in a book, right? So nature activities for kids. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. Messed up again, huh? My bad. Yeah, there we go. So nature activity book for kids. Sorry, D. Got it. So you're coming down here. I've been seeing this book a lot too, as well. Nature, exploring nature. Okay.
And I've seen that next one, the human body book. Yeah, I've seen that one a lot.
Yeah. I'm just curious because that's popping up over here on the left hand side. I want to see look at science and nature books, outdoor, right? Nature books, coloring books, right? They're all popping up. Children. Look at backyard book for kids. It's pretty interesting because you're looking at this and we're looking at the BSRs. My first book about backyard nature. So they're making this is cool.
That one adventure book was in like multiple different categories.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. No, I just wanted to search it real fast because I wanted to see what pops up. And I'm looking. Birdwatch. That's actually a big niche.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. All right. And then also too, we went back over there. We sorted it by, I wanted to sort it by the reviews.
Yeah.
This is all the, you can't know.
You can't just click it?
Yeah, you clicked it. Let me see most reviews. Let's try to go all the way to I'm trying to go all the way to the bottom and see what's
least reviews.
Yeah, let's look at Let's see what pops up. I'm freestyling right now, guys. So I'm going a little fast. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where's these 3-star reviews at? The average review is 3 stars, so we can see what's going on in that niche, if we can find one. Because if you can find one,
click on like the 4 stars. Like if you go back up in the left-hand corner there, can't you just click on like the 3 and the 2? You can't click on it?
Yeah, you can click on it. I clicked on this one right here.
Oh, and it's still all the good ones?
Yeah, because it's like and up. It's like you're looking for. So it's basically going to give you all these ones and up. They're trying to prevent that. So I'm just curious if we can find something that's not like doing really well, and then we can see why it's not doing really well, and we can learn from what's going on in that niche and see if we can make it bigger, make an impact in that niche, and a chance for us to do something. Right? Get what I'm saying?
For sure.
There's an opportunity right there. I'm not sure if we can find something like that. But that's actually pretty interesting because I was like, I was asking myself, like, I wonder if I can find something that's not doing so well and I can come in and just dominate. Oh, here we go. Wonder if. So this is 3 stars, only 2 reviews. It's been making sales. Natural resources. Sorry if this is yours. Interesting. Okay. What to know? Yes. I'm sorry. I went off topic, but I'm just trying to. No, I didn't. But I'm just trying to figure out what we can see, what we can find. This a bit more updated, not including web links to utilize. Okay, you can see right here. So you can see right here. So it's telling you. Okay, I think this is it. Well, obviously a teacher buying it, right? I wish my resources was a bit more up. I wish the resources were a bit more updated, including web links to utilize in my elementary classroom. Students were a bit bored with it by day 2. I would have dipped out of the classroom. It was that boring. No, no. Okay, so we're gonna stop showing right there. Okay, everyone's still with us?
Mostly.
Okay, guys. Any questions at all? Let me actually come up here and see what's going on. Let me.
Some comments and things.
Yeah, just having a crazy day. Nice to see you guys. Looking forward to William joining.
Yeah.
R-A-S. Yeah. Okay. Teresa, I'm here late. Sorry. What's going on, Teresa? Hey guys, how you make money with this? Do that. I see a very small margin and all my money goes to ads. So when it comes to that, it's something that you're going to have to figure out. Like, it's all about testing when it comes to that, right? So you need to figure out how to get your A cost lower, right? And you need to figure out how to get your A cost lower and make it make sense for you. Because if you're not in the profit with your AMS, if you're not in profit with KDP in general, let's say you break even with AMS, but your book is still in the profit. You're still in the profit in a way. As long as you're breaking even, you're still winning. But if you're not, you got to figure that out. You have to optimize it, guys. You have to optimize it and figure out what you need to do to like grow that and make it.
And I would argue too that like not every single book that you have necessarily needs to have an AMS ad right away. Like I would work honestly if you had a tight budget. I work and get some organic sales first. Take the income that you're making, as long as like you can reinvest it. Once you started to make some sales, then reinvest the income into some ads to see if you can enhance or increase those sales, right? Yeah. Like I say that about everything. Like you don't want to go into something that you don't know very much about, just like dump a bunch of money into it and then feel like it's not working, because honestly, it's not that the thing is not working. It's that the way that you're doing it isn't the way that you should be to contribute to your own success, right? Yeah. Like, and when I say that, I don't say that like in an attacking way. I just say, only you know your lifestyle. Only you know what kind of budget you have to apply to these things. So you don't want to be wasting your time by like spending, because it takes a lot of time to put these books together, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't want to spend all that time putting all that book together, and then like you put it up there and then you're not making a cent, and you spent maybe like it took you 2 weeks to put the whole book together, right? So now you wasted that entire amount of time, and like you just keep running ads. Like there's a strategy behind all of these things.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think it's just a lot of people don't mind like in the like the private label world, because like you're making like this in a way, it's a private label product, right? You're creating your own product. But like a lot of people don't mind losing money for like the first year, right? When it comes to ACOS. When it comes to having their ACOS at 50%, 60%, they don't mind having it that high for like the first year. And then it starts ranking and starts getting reviews, and then it starts like snowball effect. So yeah, that's something to think about too. You have to figure out your strategy, what works best for you. Okay, everyone's different. I know a lot of people. I see people post their ACOS and stuff like that, and they're like, "My ACOS is 15%, but yours is too high." Like, dude, I can tell you right now, like this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Like it's their ACOS. My ACOS is different. Everyone's ACOS is different, right? And that's very important that you understand that everyone's different. Okay. And when it comes to ACOS and running ads, because when people make that comment, it's like, okay, this damn, okay, I'm not even gonna talk to them. My conversation is over right there, because it's like, you don't understand it. Like, so yeah, everyone is ACOS different. Your ACOS may be 20%. My ACOS may be 30%. Right. So it's all on you and how you want to do this. If you budget yourself with only $200 a month, that's cool. That's perfectly fine. Right. Stop. And then next month, I got another $200. Cool. I'll put in the AMS and figure this out. So as you go, and then next month, let's say you're in the profit, right? And then you're like, oh, cool, I'm gonna spend $300 this month, $400, and keep going like that. So yeah. So do you think it would be better not to add extra text into the ads so that it doesn't stand out as an ad? That's actually something that you would have to test right there, because I know you can add text into the ad. I don't know.
I think honestly, like to Arjun's point, you do have to test it, but like it's going to be different based on different shoppers and different niches, right? Like some shoppers don't mind seeing an ad and love to click on an ad if it gets them to the end result faster that they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Customers see an ad and are like, ew, and they don't want to touch it anymore until they see it organically in the search. It just depends on the kind of customer that you're trying to get in front of. And so you can uncover those kinds of characteristics about people based on their individual personality traits, like in your target audience or your ideal customer research, right? Like you have to figure out, okay, so this group of customers hates ads, hates commercials, hates those. So like maybe not a great idea if it looks like an ad. And then you're going to find other customers that just don't care, right? Like they're cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think it's just, it's all about testing. I think you just try both of them and see what happens, right? See which one does better for you. There's one right here. So do you suggest first making a KDP book free, then charging for it? Also, how do you determine how much to charge for? That's a good question, DJ. So as far as free, like as a Kindle book, right? I'm assuming. I really don't. As far as paperback books, it's all up to you of testing. I think you can only do that on Kindle, right? You can put your book for free. I haven't done that. I've been making nothing but paperback books, so I can't answer that to you.
I'll tell you honestly, like the book that I'm working on, I've already shared some pages of that book with people who I know have kids in my target audience for free. I'm not going to give them the whole book because I want to hook them. You know what I mean? So in a sense, it serves two purposes for me during my process. The first purpose it serves is like verify that the difficulty level for my book matches the age ranges that I think it should match. Yeah. That the design is engaging enough that they actually want to get through finishing my little puzzles, right? Yeah. So like that's checkbox number one. Checkbox number two, if their kid loves that kind of activity and is asking their parents, you have other X kind of pages, right? That's going to drive some demand as soon as my book is ready and launched as well, right? Yeah. Because now I've given people some free pages. I have their emails. So as soon as that book is fully ready, I'm just going to drop it into their email and say like, hey, this book is up. Now you got those pages. There's like 50 other pages that are just like that one. Right?
Yeah. No, for sure. I think that's it's like a depends question, right? I think it's to audience. Like if you have an audience, you're trying to build an audience, you can give it away. Like I'll go into, in my local community and stuff like that. I can go into my local community and I could share stuff because people know who I am, right? I was born and raised there, and I grew up there, and people know who I am. So then if I go and I have a good reputation, right? Don't burn your bridges, guys. You can go in there and I can share my book and people will download it, right? And that's a cool thing too as well. So if you can do stuff like that, that take advantage of that, you create something. And if you're scared because you think what other people think about you, don't do that. Just do it. And they're like, hey, check this out. I created this book. You guys mind downloading it? I'll give it to you guys for free and tell me what you think. That's one way to kind of figure out what you can do and see what you can do better too as well. And do it that way. If you plan on selling your books on your actual website, like Shopify or your personal website, right? That's one way to build an email list too as well. It's a giveaway. Here you go. Check it out. And you can do that too as well. So something to think about. But as far as the pricing, that's all up to you. I've been going from, let's say with the paperback book, I go from, I think it was still $3.95, but right now, as of the last 2 months, I've been going straight to like $6.99, $7.99. This month I'm going to $7.99. I just want to see what I can do. Straight off the back and then straight to AMS, and boom. And it's like I said, I have a book right now. I was excited. I checked it yesterday. I was like, dude, it's freaking crushing it. And I got all the way down to 12K BSR. I was like, hell yeah. So I'm hoping I can get it lower than that and have it consistently selling like that. And it's looking pretty good. So I don't know, out of nowhere, it just went from, it was consistently selling between like 80 to 100K BSR, right? And then all of a sudden it dropped down all the way down to 12K. And now it's staying between like 12K to like up in that range. So I'm just like, cool. All right, let's go. This damn dog. Okay, so I just focus. So we're gonna get, basically, guys, we're gonna get through all the questions, and after that, we're gonna call it. But if you guys have any questions, please ask them. If you guys haven't liked the video, comment if you have any questions, and then also too over on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, comment over there, subscribe to my channel. I see D right here over here with the YouTube channel too. We'll put her channel too, so you can go ahead and subscribe to that too as well. And then
though.
No, we're no, for sure. So I'm focused just on notebook and journal. Do you think it's enough as a first step learning, as I have to learn how to publish a good book? I think, I don't want you to think about this too much, because there's some people out there that I don't know, I want to say they think it's a good book and it ends up like people are like bashing the book, but it's a good seller, right? So do not overthink this, because a good book, what's a good book to you? Like there's funny joke books that are one-line sayings that are people are taking their like these sayings and putting them together in a book, and it's a joke book, right? What's a good book? Because there's humor books, right? There's like books that make people laugh that are crushing it too as well. So I see what you're saying as far as you can be. I want you to be a little bit more creative with this. Like figure out what you can do. Put your own flip on it, right? Put your own flip on it and dive into like figure out niches and learn it. Learn the platform. See what you can do. See, there's humor books. There's joke books, right? I would always download joke books when I would go to school because I wanted to be funny, right? I'll learn some jokes and like, oh yeah, maybe I can make this girl laugh. Like, well, but she didn't laugh at my damn jokes. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that you can do out there, right? Just don't overthink it. Like I don't want you to. Oh, I can't create this. No, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
I think in terms of a learning strategy, like if you've already got notebooks and journals like down, like you're brand new, and like you're just even new to using like graphic design software like Affinity Publisher, InDesign, or whatever. Focus on the easy thing first and then move up, like challenge yourself a little bit, then start doing like some books that have illustrations in them and whatnot, right? Like it makes sense as a learning path that you're not going to just dive into the thing that's like completely overwhelming for you to try and figure out, right? Yeah. Or if you don't even want to, like if your interest is not actually in creating like coloring books or activity books or things like that, you know, you can hire that out in a sense. Like you can work with BAs to do illustrations for you and whatever, so that you can, like, instead of having to make the whole interior yourself, you can be focusing on the words in the interior, maybe the layout of the interior, that sort of thing. And then you have a coloring book, right? Yeah. So it just depends on it. Like all of these answers are always going to be, it depends on your personal situation. Like where does your interest lie? what's your expertise in the graphic design, like what's your skill set, and how can you leverage the things that you're already good at or you're interested in learning to be more successful, right?
No, that's actually a really good point too as well, because I think that I'm a big fan of learning the process first, right? Learn how to do everything, upload the book, get your first few books live. And then once you figure out that process, that's the next thing. Okay, now what can you do to do, like test it? I'm a big fan of this, test it. Break it, okay? Don't break it too much because you can't break your KDP, don't do that. But mess up, okay, where did you mess up at? Write that down. Okay, cool, I messed up here. Mess up again. Okay, cool, I messed up here. Okay, now fine tune it, make it better. Like you want to see, okay, now that I messed up here, I know where I messed up at, and I'm not going to do that again. And then just keep pushing forward until you have it down correctly. And once you have it down correctly, you want to write everything down, okay? And then, okay, this is how I do this, and this is how I do that, and just go full headed steam, brick by brick. And the next thing you know it, Nipsey Hussle, okay, look, brick by brick, and then as soon as you like look up, you're gonna have a brick wall. So start with the brick, one brick here, one brick here, one brick here, and then as soon as you look up, next thing you know, you'll have a brick wall in front of you. So that's how you start. You brick by brick, and then do that. I've been watching the Nipsey Hussle documentary. It's my dog right there. Weatherly, what's up? What's going on? Actually, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna have Weatherly pick a niche that she was interested in, and we'll wait till further down the road. But next time you show up, Weatherly, if something like I can include you in, I'm gonna get you to pick a niche next time, and then we'll dive into that niche and we'll break it down. And hopefully we can help you figure out a niche. I want to get the audience more involved with.
Help
them pick a niche. Yeah. So we can help you guys. That's the thing. I think that we can do that next time and have you guys pick a niche, and we can help you out with a niche that you don't understand and figure out a way that you can dive into to help you with that niche. And then some people are like, no, I don't want to do that because you're going to show everyone my niches, but I doubt it.
Right.
I'll play Words with Friends with you, D. And did you see it?
Yes. Like, I'm game. Come on.
Okay. Let's go. Who do I bet $5 on? I was kidding. Nah. Okay. Yeah. Here's D right here.
Yeah. I was like, where? I couldn't see the comments because I was looking at Facebook, and I was like, where are these people commenting? And I found them on YouTube. That's why I was like, I logged in. I was like, oh, I found you now.
Yeah. Okay. See you later. Bye. Have a good day.
So DJ says, I have a 3-year-old daughter that loves puzzles and recreating anything that she sees on YouTube that will create a mess. You know what? You don't even have to be 3 to do that. Like, I like that too. Like, I see things on YouTube. I'm like, I go over to my husband, Dan. I'm like, hey, look, can we do this? And then he's like, this is going to be brutal. I'm like, we're doing it, right? And like, you find all the fun things on YouTube. Come on now.
Miriam, hi, how's it going? What's up? I love that profile picture. That's cool. Patty D, I love your background.
Talking about, I think of this. It says when you love what you have everything you need. And so this is actually a piece from a Canadian artist. Her name is Cal Barteski. And I've dropped the link into the comments there to go support. You know, she does all this lettering by hand. She like makes all types of phrases in this style, kind of like a graffiti-ish style. And I love the style. I love the like black and white minimalist kind of like, but graffiti, grungy kind of thing. So yeah, I love it. And go check her out. She has a big cartel. Yeah. Tell her I sent you. So she sends me some more art.
I got a piece back there, right? I don't mind the checks. It says right here, love, wish, dream, be, create, give, simple, learn. Oh God, you gotta make me get up. Yeah. Hope, trust, live, share. Right? I don't know about the wish. We'll take out the wish. Create, give. Yeah. I don't know about the hope. The hope and the wish. I think when it comes to that, I think when I hope, wish, just make it happen, right? We'll make it happen. Make that bad boy happen. You can zoom in on that with the little print, the little signature.
What?
they leave a little signature on that little board on behind you. What is it? What is it like? Don't they leave like their signature, their artist signature?
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
she doesn't do that. So like,
Okay.
I'll share my screen right quick. And I'll show you what she does. Hold on.
Yeah.
So Cal, this is actually Cal's store on Big Cartel. Okay, so she doesn't actually sign her work. Like it's all just all the words, right?
Nice.
And like you can order the prints, you can order it on like wood. I think she also used to sell on Society 6. And she's got like so many things. She'll do custom things for you and things like that. But you see, like it's all the style. It's all the same style, right?
Yeah.
So like, trust me, I'm about to get so many more. I love how like it's different, right? It's like really unique. And yeah, you don't see it everywhere. And like this is her own style of writing. So this is like a different version of mine. This one's like more of a rectangle than it is a square. But yeah, like that's basically shout out to my girl, my girl Cal.
I found mine at the Goodwill, guys. Sorry, my mine's not all. These. No. So there's a question right here. Please, what is the best tool for puzzles? What are you using? So for as far as puzzles, like most of the stuff, it's like I have an illustrator on the team. They do most of like the line work, but also I think D share as far as like we're creating some like there's different types of puzzles, right? So,
another quick thing I wanted to mention is like you can easily really quick and easily Google puzzle maker. So you want to make a word search, you're gonna put in all the words and you Google word search puzzle maker. Okay. And there's tons of them that are free that will let you download that puzzle and use it commercially that will just make the word search for you. But separately, last week, RJ and I did a live together where we were talking about like how you build those interiors. So if you missed that, Hassano, go check that out because I show you how to make those puzzles, right? So I show you in Affinity Publisher, which is like really inexpensive. And they have like a 90-day trial right now. So you could actually get some pages and maybe even a whole book in 90 days, 4 books, right? Like out of that before you even have to pay for it. But yeah, that's what I'm using Affinity Publisher. And I'm going to plug Affinity Publisher again because, okay, so I used to be a snob. I used to be a snob when it came to graphic design software because Adobe was like the leader in the industry. And so I used to have everything Adobe all the time. And then 2020, what happened was in this release of InDesign, for some reason, it is buggy. And that's what you would normally use to create your books, right? Is InDesign if you're using Adobe products. So it's buggy. It won't open certain things. It hangs. It's not fun. So then when I started on this KDP thing, I was getting super annoyed because like if I only have 2 hours or 3 hours a day to like try and work on a book and like half that time, the software I'm using is freezing, then like I'm wasting essentially half of the day just staring at the spinning beach ball on my computer, right? So I went and I got Affinity Publisher and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to learn it. It's probably going to be a hard thing to learn. And I was actually so pleasantly surprised that it was so easy to learn. Like literally, I downloaded it, like put in the product key to do the trial or whatever, and then just started building in it. And it was way more intuitive than it was in even InDesign. So then hilariously, I'm going to tell you a secret. Don't tell everybody though. On the live I had this morning, I was working on the book for that, okay? And I have procrastinated a little bit, just like this much. Like, right? So basically what had happened was I have like multiple computers. One of the charging cables for one of my MacBooks died. And I kept ordering it, but like the place I'm ordering it from, it's like you have to go pick it up and then they would send me an email and then I would be busy and it was like not working out. So I go to try and make the workbook for today's Etsy thing that I did earlier. And lo and behold, like, oops, all I have is a PDF of like an older version of that book that like isn't even an InDesign file because the file is on my computer that won't turn on because the charger is dead. Okay. Yeah. So then I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? So then I'm like, oh man, can I open the PDF in InDesign? So I try to do that. No game. I'm like, well, maybe because Affinity's awesome, I can open it up over there instead. Yep. And boom, opened it up, was able to make those edits, was able to kind of like update it, and it was no problem whatsoever, despite the fact that I was using it from a PDF and not from an InDesign file or like a design file whatsoever. So that's just another plug for Affinity publisher, because honestly, like that saved my life yesterday. I wouldn't have been able to make those edits to that book if it didn't work that way.
Yeah, because the PDF files they open up, the thing is, I think you can edit everything. Sometimes it's weird though, because there's like sometimes it glitches. So I think they're still trying to, you can see that they're coming a long way, but a lot of the stuff can open up with the PDF file. Sometimes I had a few PDFs that I tried to open up in there, it wouldn't open. I was like, dude, what the heck?
Sometimes it just disappears. It won't open them if the PDF is secured. So sometimes like if somebody put a password on PDF or like whatever, it won't open them then, which it shouldn't anyway, because like unless it was you who put the password there, you shouldn't be like trying to get people stuff, but separately from that, it's like I even trick myself, because like that workbook is password protected, and I was like, damn, what was the password I used? You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, I gotta make this like not secure before I can use it. But I was just super impressed that it opened it up, and it did a good job. So then I think the next one is Patty. Yeah, so she says, could you spend a minute to talk about Cricut or Cricut? I want to get one on Lemur. So Patty, I do not own one. What I own is a Roland, which is like if there was a Cricut that got put on crack and then like exploded in terms of the things it could do, that's what a Roland is. And that is also why it's like 50 times the price. But that being said, it's a vinyl cutter plotter. They're all pretty much the same. I don't want to say that, honestly, that's wrong. They're not pretty much the same. The software that you use for them is all pretty much the same, right? Cricuts are great for, doing stuff at home. You can get a whole assortment of materials. You can make mugs, you can make shirts, make signs, make whatever you want, using those kinds of vinyl cutter plotters. Some of them even have things that like you can print now, like vinyl that you can print on with a different machine and then like literally put that on a shirt and stuff. So they're all pretty cool. I would say like if you're gonna get into it, literally go just check out the website. They have all of like these videos that show you how to do things, or like YouTube it, because there's so many explanations on YouTube about like how to do this on a Cricut or on a Silhouette. When I first started out, I did have a Silhouette before I bought my Roland. The trouble with that is that if you get into higher volume orders, those kinds of machines can't keep up. They're just too slow. So that's why eventually I ended up getting a Roland, because it's way faster. The blades last longer. I haven't had to change very much about it. And, it cuts way larger pieces of vinyl. But yeah, there's tons of information out there on how to get started with those. And like the things you can do with them is super cool.
I have no idea. No. Yeah, no. I think we're actually coming to an end right there.
Yeah. You're welcome, DJ. Thanks for joining us and asking questions and being engaged in the content. We appreciate it.
Yeah, DJ. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it right there, D. Right? You good?
Yeah. I mean, we've been on here for like an hour and a half already. Like, I gotta go. You remember when I said earlier that I could talk?
Dork. Let's. Okay. I think that's everything. Anything that we need to go over?
Anything else? If you're not part of Ready Aim Scale, come on over there and join us. We have a freebie library. So right now you don't even have to pay. Like if you're broke and you're like, I just want to learn some things, we have a freebie library over on Ready Aim Scale that you can access. It's 100% free. You just got to put your email in and like some details so we know you're a real person, and then basically you can access that library. So we got some videos in there about typography, like graphic design, like, how to get started. All of these things are over in our free library. If, however, you got some budget and you're like, hey, I want to learn more and I want to hang out privately with like RJ and D and J, come on over and just join Ready Aim Scale. You get so much money. It's like, I shouldn't say you get so much money. You get so much for your money is what I meant to say. Yeah. But basically it's like $20 a month. You get graphic packs in there. You get a private access to talk to us where we answer all of your questions every week on Wednesdays. We do a mini challenge every single month. We upload new content into our training library. We have like training library with content on Etsy, content on KDP, content on merch. So realistically, like come on over, join, come hang out with us. You get access to a Slack group, which is a community of like-minded individuals who are all working on their stores. Like it's very positive. Everyone's like always ready to help other people. I mean, I honestly can say I don't find that there's anything else like what we've created here with Ready Aim Scale, anywhere else really. And so, so if you want to come hang out with us more, come join us over there. If not, we are going to keep doing these weekly free trainings too on subject areas that we choose as time goes on. I feel like we're going to try, like with all the comments on Etsy, we might do Etsy next week or something. Like, you know, we are essentially excited to serve. We're happy to help you out however we can, happy to answer your questions, happy to teach you the things that we know that it might have taken us a really long time to figure out and hone and get good at. And so we appreciate everybody who comes and like spends time with us on these lives. Whether it's like in the free group or whether it's or like free page or whether it's in our paid group, like we sincerely appreciate you and we love seeing you guys succeed. So just until then.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's it. And I think that's really good. I think William said he just joined. So thank you for that, William. That's awesome. We'll see you on the other side. I'll send you an invite to the private Slack group. That's actually a really cool group because there's so many people in there just helping each other and just all positivity and want each other to win. And yeah, we do our weekly calls and stuff like that too. So we have weekly calls in there just for you guys to ask questions, whatever you may have concerns about, with your business or whatever. So yeah, I think it's really exciting, and I'm excited to do all this content for you guys because one way or another, we're going to find you guys, right? And we're going to put content out there that's going to help you make money, and that's it. Okay, so one way or another, you're going to see us, and we're going to talk about, why don't you guys come over here and join us over here on Ready Aim Scale because we're putting out so much badass content. It's gonna it's just there's no reason not to. So that's our focus right there. So thank you guys for joining us today on today's live. We hit an hour and 36 minutes, just me and D. Jay would have probably fell off this computer chair, would have been pissed off. Because I'm learning how Jay's like, dude, that's an hour. We're done right there, RJ. And then D, he's like, we're done. So thank you guys for joining us. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Dee's YouTube channel, make sure you guys go over and subscribe to that too as well. Any questions? We'll see you guys next week too, guys. So next week, I think we're pretty sure we're going to be hitting the same time again, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us. If you guys are on the wall about anything, you don't understand something, please let us know. We're here to help. Peace out.
Bye.
Holla.